Welcome. Today I'm taking you to Keene, New Hampshire, and we are going on the Cheshire Rail Trail. The whole rail trail system is about 42 miles, but we just did 15 miles of it. We started right down here at the depot, is a nice parking spot, and we took the trail down and went to Stonewall Farm, which is a great place to take the kids. And then we continued on through the woods and we went over North Bridge and then into Keene, where there was ample foods and activities that you could do. And then you could take it all the way through Keene and down through the Industrial Heritage Trail and then end out right here. They are continuing on the trail, which will be great. And they have a vision of connecting all the way from Vermont to Massachusetts. So let's take a little bit of a closer look. So here's another map. I found this online at Pathways for Keene. Definitely worth checking out their website. They made it interactive, so if I click on a little part of it, it will tell me that this is the Industrial Heritage Trail. And then right here is the Cheshire Rail Trail, and there's some trails off of that. And so it's really kind of cool, and it tells all the parking areas. It's definitely worth checking this out. Another spot to start is down here off of Optical Ave and pedal into the center of Keene, pick up something to eat. You could go through this like paved and partly hard-packed gravel. You go over North Bridge, which is really cool. And going along here is more parking spots. A highlight was going to Stonewall Farm. This was great. If you have little kids, I'd recommend going from Keene over the North Bridge to the farm and then back. That's just a little jaunt and it makes a great afternoon. But we continued on and we headed north up past Route 12. We stopped at the Summit Winery, which was really neat. They opened just for the day. You have to pay attention to their hours. They have beautiful views, nice place to sit, nice place to take a break. And then we were back on the trail going through the woods, and this is the trail. For some reason it doesn't map it all this way. Could be all new. Every year they make improvements, miles of improvements, so it's worth checking out every year. And then we went all the way down here and we parked at Depot, which was easy parking, easy to pull in. It's actually single track right here, but yeah, it was really a great trail. So that was 15 miles, and then of course going back is another 15 miles. So some of the highlights from the trail: the Depot Road was a nice little farmhouse. It was kind of single track through the grass, and then it opens up wider to a wider trail. I would say this is a little bit dangerous for little kids because there are big drop-offs on both sides of the trail. I know that it's also used by snowmobilers, but it's a little scary. You really got to stick to the trail, which is ample wide. It's about 12 feet wide, maybe even more than that, maybe 15. Loved going through the cuts when they show like water pouring out of the rocks and over the rocks, and has some really unique flora that in that wet, cool area on a hot summer day feels so nice to go through there. It is mildly popular trail, so way out in these woods it's not as popular as it is when you're going like in the center of Keene. The winery was a great spot to stop. It has beautiful views. It's really a wedding venue place, so it's not open to the public very often, so you'll have to pay attention on days that it's open. There's a few spots right here where you can pick up the trail like on a side street, and usually will connect to like a farm or something. Down here was the highlight that I spoke about earlier, the Stonewall Farm. That was great. It had a beaver deceiver in action if you wanted to see what those are, where the beavers dammed up an area and just wrecked a walking bridge that someone had spent a lot of time building, and they're trying to rectify that. There are some fields where they're actively farming. They had some animals that were still there. They had a museum, ice cream, a little store. It was just great. And there's plenty of parking there as well if you wanted to pick up the trail there and then just go into the city of Keene, get an ice cream, and then bike back. That's a great little trip it's very safe all here, and plus you get to go over the North Bridge, which is kind of cool. And all in the city of Keene, you can get anything that you imagine there. And switching back to the original map, I just hope you enjoyed this quick 15 miles of the Cheshire Rail Trail. There's plenty more to explore, and please consider donating either time or money to this effort, and all the people that have done so much work, I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.